Hello and welcome to the Seed Group Podcast. We're so glad you could join us. And today we have two very special guests. Would you like to introduce them, sir?
Yeah. Oh, you mean them? Oh, we tonight, ignore me, because this is a friend of mine. We went to school together. I'm not gonna say what year, but John Bitoy, my buddy, also a Spartan, and Mr. Calvin Hollins.
You did that. You did a beautiful job.
I'm working on it. And they wrote a beautiful book. It's three of them. T couldn't make it. Let me get it right. I don't want to get in no
Mr. T?
trouble. No, not Mr. T. T.
Shut up, fool.
Okay, I didn't know.
T. Mr. T.
I didn't know. I was asking.
Yeah.
I was asking. Didn't know. Thank you for the
T is the
education.
third part. That's what the book is
Gotcha.
all about. And we're gonna
Gotcha.
let them explain that. You had a couple of questions about it.
Yes, I did. Well, first of all, congratulations. The book.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, and definitely thank you for coming. The Life That We Built, a love story. Can you give us, help us a little bit about the book, what it's about? We know, but let our audience know.
Well, the book came about. John and I were just talking about our history, and one day, and John said we need to get this in writing, for history's sake, because a lot of people don't know the story behind it, but we felt so much kinship to making the story live because of what we went through, and we figured that half the world probably went through what we've gone through as well. So it's not only a love story; it's also a teaching story as well.
Cool. Okay.
And it's a teaching story about relationships, love and relationships, and
Okay.
and the main thing, the biggest thing about the book is our brotherhood, something
Right.
that's unique in the black neighborhood of three black men, heterosexual black men, coming together like we
And
came
if
together.
you know, back in that time,
Yeah.
if three black guys loved each other, they considered you
Yeah.
Okay.
gay.
Okay.
Well, no, this is a brotherhood built on love and friendship, and Kelvin and I have been together now going on almost 50 years.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
Okay.
And
Okay.
what's unique about the book is the fact that John has 5 brothers, T has 6 brothers, and unfortunately I had
I remember the family.
my mother didn't produce any brothers. I got 2 great sisters.
Okay.
And when we got together, we bonded together stronger than their own biological brothers.
Wow.
That's nice.
And even with T,
Yeah.
matter of fact, T's brothers never associated with him at all during
What?
this time period until he became Mr. T.
We didn't even know he had a family.
Family.
Really?
We had no
we were
idea
his family. He did everything with us.
until he hit the spotlight.
Until he
Then
spotlight.
Okay.
all kind of family
He
popped
came
out.
out.
All right.
That
Okay.
thing-
Yeah.
that thing- That's always like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. One of our biggest confrontations with the family is that when he premiered the movie, we had all this Rocky memorabilia, jackets and hats, and everybody's squirming, why they got that and we don't have that? They're like, dude, we did this.
Now,
You know?
now, Calvin, I want to make sure I was correcting Carla because I was saying not Mr. T. You are talking about the Mr. T.
Mr.
Well,
T.
he didn't become Mr. T until
Until-
much later on in the
Right.
program. That's why I'm talking
Yeah.
about T right now, and
Right.
later on we'll progress into the Mr. part. of
So
this
how we
movie.
got
That
to-
is so cool.
That kind of thing,
Yeah. Too
Uh,
bad he
the fir-
couldn't make it. Next time, maybe.
Yeah.
So before we get into some of these questions, because I really am interested in how you both overcame obstacles, how between discrimination, the supposed American dream that was an American dream for some, but not all, and how you both, and we say with T, because we're
Right,
T right
right,
now,
right.
how you all were able to thrive as you strove for the success and basically how you became all that you all could be that wound up being something that helped to inspire others. So before I said all that, all these long, paragraphs, I know, right? All these long paragraphs to ask, first of all, let's ask you, Mr. Hollins, how did you grow up? What was your childhood like?
I had a fantastic childhood as far as I'm concerned. I had 2 parents in the household, and I had a godfather, which is characterized in the book, that taught me everything I know, both the sweet and seedy side of life. And I followed his footsteps to become who I am and was today. As far as entrepreneurship, I was a policeman for 10 years
Okay.
prior to going into the nightclub restaurant business. But like I said, I have no qualms about my childhood at all.
Okay.
I was, and we're talking 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we're talking back when I was one of the first group to integrate the Austin High School. back in the
Okay.
day. And it was on like 360 of us who was brought into, because I was living way on Cermak and 22nd Street. But
Okay.
they had to come all the way to Austin High School in order to integrate Austin High School.
Mhm.
So it was a great experience. So I have no qualms about my experience in growing up at all. I mean,
Okay.
Wow.
And then I said in meeting, like I said, it carried on to the things I did, and quite naturally, the time period that John and I got together, that period of time was the most fascinating time of my life.
Okay. So I will say to you, Mr. Bitoy, same question.
Well, my childhood was a little different than Kelvin. I come up with a little bit less humble means, but my mother stressed education. T used to say it a lot, and I say it too. We came up eating 3 meals a day: oatmeal, no meal, and skip a meal.
Okay.
And I don't think Albert realized that when I came to Hell's Franciscan, we was living on zero.
Oh, wow.
Where were you living at?
We lived on the west side, but we started off in Cabrini Green.
Oh,
We moved to Henry Hornet, then we moved to the Rockwell Projects. Then we found a little place at 3047 West Jackson. Well, we actually went to school with Isaiah Thomas and,
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I
and
remember.
all those guys. But that house was full of rats and roaches. And so when I used to come to Hell's, y'all didn't realize that I was on zero. So, but my mother stressed education, and she was a single parent. It was 6 of us.
Nice.
Everyone in the
Okay.
family is successful now.
Good.
And we learned that what I learned and cherished, and when I got with Kelvin, all that just blended.
Beautiful. That is so
Okay.
beautiful. Yeah. People don't realize sometimes when you come from certain areas, it kind of motivates you more than some people do.
Yeah.
Because you see the rough side of it and you tend to want to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always. And
Well, when I-
Hell's was a beautiful
Like I said, when I
place.
got to Hell's Franciscan, that was a whole nother life. When I got out there with y'all, I seen light-skinned brothers like you.
Thank you.
Y'all had cars, y'all had girlfriend, houses. We didn't have that. It was a new, it opened up my
Hey,
eyes.
John, now I want to straighten something out for you. I want
Let
to
me
help
back
you.
up this way while you
I
do
need to
this.
straighten something out
Okay.
real
I'm
quick.
this way.
Maybe all of them didn't have houses,
Yeah.
but all of them was
Yeah.
light
Thank
skinned.
you. Well, there was a bunch of light skinned brothers, but the only thing I can tell you is I laughed because I stayed on 49th Prairie, and I was on the track team. Remember why I was on the track team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I threw the shot put, but nobody knew how much I ran. I ran from King Drive through the valley to Cottage Grove.
We all
I ran from Cottage Grove back through the valley home because you couldn't walk through there because there was too many problems.
Yeah, the
I
Jeff
wish I
Ford,
had a car.
the Jeff Ford, they-
Okay.
Yeah, all that. So I understand that. And when you mentioned the West Side, I had to laugh because my mother took me from the West Side. My grandmother took me. My mother died when I was young, so my grandmother took me from the West Side because we was on Washington and Washington, and then we moved to Honorary, right where the stadium's at now.
right.
Yeah, and believe me, I had to laugh because I didn't know what we were staying in until somebody told me. They said, that was called a tenement building. I said, what do you mean? They said, did you have a bathroom in your apartment? I said, we didn't have no apartment. We had a bedroom, and there was a stove in there. And there was a bathroom outside the room. And everybody started laughing. They said, no, you didn't. I said, you'd be surprised where I came from. I thank God every day for my mother, my grandmother. And like you said, she made sure I got a good education. Because from Hales, I went to Loyola University.
Yeah.
That's where I graduated from as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't graduate. Because the reason I didn't graduate, because I was playing 7 nights a week.
Music
John
called
would know
you.
that.
Music called you.
7 nights a week, and trust me, I thank God for that too. She was mad, but I was happy.
Okay. So one of my, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, I had to get
You
that
had
to
to
you,
get that in
because
there.
I had to let you know I didn't have no car. I wish I did. But anyway, back to the real story.
But that
That's
was a real
beautiful.
story. That
That
is.
was beautiful though.
And you took, you could have been angry.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't. You took that, instead of anger, you wound up turning that into determination.
Mm-hmm.
So what are life lessons that you can impart to the younger generation now that are angry or
Right.
becoming angry
Yeah.
to take all of that and turn it into determination?
I think the biggest thing is your environment.
Mhm.
We have to somehow, if you playing video games all day, or you look into that rap scene, you have to somehow venture out of that. You have to climb out of the barrel. You have to just take a look and you can't follow the. You see, Calvin and I are leaders.
Yeah, there you go.
We not followers. I mean, he came up. Calvin will tell you, he was a loner. I'm a loner. I never was in the game. He was never in the game. We were the game.
Thank you.
Okay.
We were our own
I got
game.
you.
And when we got together, that just catapulted, into something that was totally unreal. But times now are a lot harder than when because we got so much. At least I did have a mother. A lot of people don't have mothers or fathers or nobody direct them other than the dope man or
Thank you.
or the
Yeah.
whatever. So it's a lot harder. But Calvin and myself, we do give back to the community. Both of us have a non-for-profit organization. We work in the community. And if you read our book, our whole book is about survival, love, and friendship. You gotta have a friend.
Yeah.
How would they get a copy of your book? 'Cause
Well,
we're gonna add it to
We're gonna
it,
list
but-
all of
Yeah.
that, but yeah.
Yeah, the book is on Amazon.
Okay.
It's a bestseller on Amazon.
Wonderful.
job.
And it's called The Life That We Built. It's also an ebook, and we also
Got an audiobook.
we're gonna have an
Coming out.
audio
I have
book.
the
Good.
book. Thank
We're
you.
gonna have
By
an
first
audio
of
book.
February.
I need that because I can't read the books anymore.
And also, February the 16th at the Water Tower on the 3rd floor from 12 to 6, you can come out. We have an autograph sign.
Okay, nice.
And you'll be able to get the book from us, get an autograph or a audio
Audiobook.
book.
Yes.
Wonderful.
That's nice.
So basically, what you're saying is it's about community. It's about fellowship, whether that community or fellowship is 2, 3 people or 100, but it's about that community that these young people can surround themselves with.
Like they have fellowship in the community, but a lot of them are the same mindset.
So
Right.
And that's a
non-negative.
problem. Right, so that's a problem.
Yeah.
But you have to get exposure. Like even with Calvin and I, Ron Briskman, who actually owned Dingbats at the time,
Oh, wow.
really,
Yeah, because I want to hear more about
Yeah.
it.
he
Yes,
really brought us into a whole nother.
New genre.
yes. Uh-huh.
Well, mine was slightly different because I had a godfather who was he was sergeant with the Chicago Police Department,
Okay.
and he was executive chef at one of the restaurants downtown.
Oh, okay.
So at an early age, I got exposed to a lot of things.
Can you mention
And I
his
said, I
name?
want some of that shit. I want some of that. I'm seeing
Yeah.
white people, in fine dining restaurants and
Thank you.
and things of that nature. So, and then when I was in college, I took a course in photography.
Okay.
So I ended up working at Playboy. So
right on.
I even hide my need and desire to have certain things that I saw at that time
Thank you.
at a young age, at 19 years old.
Okay.
So, as Don had taken me around to different places during my young age, and where most of the kids in that time period, we talking 1963,
Thank you.
so you very rarely got off the block.
Right.
Most kids that was school in the block,
Yeah,
the block.
okay.
I was downtown and fine dining restaurants at a very early age. Matter of fact, we used to have dinner at the Black Hawk every Sunday after church.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So, and I saw people with furs and coats and diamonds and all those things, and my thirst became very thirsty for that kind of situation. And,
Okay.
and like I said, that's one of my driving forces at that point. That's why we hooked up with John and T. We inspired to have a much grander situation than what we already presently had at the Dingbats, and we started talking about building Sears Tower, kind of thing. That was our vision.
And actually, when I got with Calvin,
Uh-huh.
I actually grew up.
Okay.
Kelvin, even though we're the same
Nice.
age, Kelvin brought years of experience.
Good. That helps.
I come from Hell's Francisco. I never seen a steak.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
I mean, Kelvin brought me into a whole new, when we got together, we really were
we
Michael
saw-
Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Right,
Okay.
We really were.
We saw a world
So he brought me-
Right, we saw a world together that we aspired to. We saw, we
Right.
came together, the three of us, and that was the whole motivation. Not just John and I. We brought T into the fold, and
Okay.
he didn't see the vision we saw, but he came
Okay.
along because of the vision we saw, and he saw what we were trying to do, and we came with all kinds of different little things to do. We opened, other nightclubs and restaurants and things that we wanted to do together in order to accommodate the kind of money we wanted to make to do what we wanted to do. And we were serious about trying to build a next Sears Tower in our mindset. We weren't striving to build an apartment building. We was trying to build another Sears Tower.
Okay.
kind of thing. Because
Calvin, you know what's funny? I had to laugh because Norman and I and Carla, we always talk about the candy company that Bitoy has. That's the way I remember when I heard about the book. I said, "Oh my God, that is so cool!" And that's why we wanted to talk about the book. But I knew it mainly from the candy company.
Okay.
Yeah, we've
Besides
had
school.
from us together. We were just as big as Leon Barbecue. We had barbecue
Nice.
places. We had liquor stores.
Oh, right
Okay.
on.
We had beauty salons.
Beauty salon,
We had everything.
Okay.
We were going to the Playboy Club,
Nice.
the Lake Geneva.
every other
We was in
weekend.
our 20s. We was living
we
like
were living.
we was living, but we didn't realize that we were
Right.
just living our lives.
Yeah.
When you're that age, you don't really realize.
Just
You're
enjoying
just
it.
enjoying it.
Yep.
But I don't mean to cut you off, but I really want our audience to hear Mr. Hollins about your educational theory of economic advancement.
Well,
There you go.
like I said, I've strived to have. I know I've always liked big things. I don't like small things. It's just been.
You think big, you dream big,
forte,
okay.
From the car to the house to the women.
Okay.
So that was it.
Get
So,
the women.
and
As the only woman here, I'm just going up.
you have to understand, you're in the boys club right now. We brought you in. So, you're here now, so either close your ears or listen up.
I've been in the boys club all my life, so.
So, but
She got a bunch of brothers.
yeah, the aspiration for us as partners at the time, I said, our main thing was striving, and John became successful, and I became successful too in my own right, and like I said, the book came about as an educational tool and an emotional tool at the same time. It's not a book that's bringing T down, really it's bringing him up, and of all the things we created in him, John always said, had we not brought him into our world at the time,
Right.
he would not be who he is. Forget about all the haircut, the jewelry, the name, the traveling, and the money we put out for him, because we brought him out the projects into a high-rise downtown.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
But take away all that and just we brought him into our world to position him to where he is today. And if he recognized nothing else, he should recognize that. That
Okay.
part.
He
So,
probably appreciates it.
Yeah.
I know that.
No, I doubt if he appreciates.
Okay.
He don't see it as we see it.
Oh,
and like I said, and to be honest with you,
And it's all right.
I
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all
we
right.
we don't.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
this is not a-
because we have a great life. I mean, I got
We-
great
we
kids,
got
John
beautiful
great kids,
kids,
a great
uh-huh.
family.
Everybody's
And something he
successful.
don't have right now. He doesn't have that.
Yeah.
He's a loner by himself. And my understanding from his nephew, which I talked to quite often, he's living by himself in a lonely world.
Yeah.
His family has removed him because half of them sued him.
Oh, yeah.
And the
I
other
heard
half,
about that.
the other half passed away, and he has nobody at all. Where we have right now, my son's out there right now. So
Thank you.
We have,
And we have each
family.
other.
We have
We
each other.
go
we
for
still
friendship.
communicate.
Like us, we have me, Carla, and Norman. We're always together doing.
And
that's how we
producer
got together.
Marcus, we
And
can't
producer
forget him.
Marcus, right?
Okay.
So, okay, which leads me to what I want to talk about. How you all met T and the club. So talking about both of those.
Okay, well, like I said, John was working the club. Well, he wasn't working. I was at the club about
You a
2
bouncer,
years.
John?
Before, I was in the coat room.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay, I was gonna say, okay, I know
I'll
this
walk you
is
through.
interesting
So you
story.
read the book. I mean, I had been in the club about 2. I was like I said, I was still a police officer, and he was Brown was looking for some security.
Oh,
So I
okay.
ended up working the door as a host, and the club was a multicultural club. It was
Thank you.
a mixed club, and Ron hired me, and I was there for about a year and a half trying to find the right mix. I had hired several other people to be my assistant, and his sister was working as a hostess at the club. And she
Okay.
got to brag on his food. She kept bragging on her, about
How nice he was.
his athletic,
Okay,
his athletic
all
ability.
right,
Every day,
all right.
my brother this, my brother that, my brother this, my brother that. And like, all
Okay.
right,
I like
whatever.
her already.
And that's what bring him down. I had to bring him down, if I can meet him like that.
Okay.
Because I hired about, I would say between the time I was there, maybe 5 guys who
Okay.
never worked out with me on the door. Didn't have that chemistry
Oh.
that I need, like,
Right.
that Batman and Robin kind of chemistry.
Okay, got you,
and
okay.
So, because even when John and I fought, John and I would look at each other and say, okay, you take the bottom half of the guy, I take the top part.
Okay,
We already,
all right,
in our minds, we
all
already
right,
had plans
okay.
on how we gonna throw this guy at the club. Yeah, we already
Right,
worked out.
right.
So anyway, one day,
That's funny.
it's in the book,
Yeah.
these young ladies came to the club, and they told me they would get in free. I'm like, the owner told them they could get in free.
Oh, okay.
They get in free. I'm like, Ron's not here. Like that, well, we were here last week, and they said that's what. So I said, describe the guy, Ron. Well, he's a tall, slender, attractive black guy. That ain't Ron. Ron's a tall,
one.
big, heavy-set Jew.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
So she said, well, he's right down there in the coke room now.
Oh,
That John.
So John had told the girls that he was the owner of the
okay.
club, and that
like
he was just
that.
assisting in the coke room that day. That they
Okay.
came, just to help out his employees that day. Like
How
that.
kind of
Good
you.
job.
So,
John.
so
You
I
already
strolled
know.
down into the, because I had seen John in the coke room several times, but I ain't said that to him. He's in the coke room working.
Yeah,
I'm doing
okay.
my thing. So I go down there and I said, dude, did you just tell? He said, yeah, I told him that, I didn't think they were coming back. So I said, next time.
You were wrong.
I said,
Heads up.
I said, just inform me next time you want somebody. No
Okay.
big deal, just let me inform me. So we ended up, talking about to each other.
Okay.
And the next thing I know, I asked him, to work the door with me and said, and
Okay.
that's how we had it.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah,
now
that's
moving
cool.
down the road about another year from there, we see this big, huge guy, another little short guy. John and I had been together almost a year, maybe a year and a half, 2
Okay.
years at the time.
Batman and Robin, got you.
Right,
There you
and
go.
this guy, big guy at the end of the hallway, bothering people coming in the door. I mean, let me explain T. T is a very lovable, smart guy. He's no stretch. He's a very
Oh,
smart,
okay.
but everybody loves T because he's a big clown. And
Okay.
he loves to joke around. And what happened, every time people come in through the door, he would talk about girls and he'd be making
Okay.
jokes
Oh,
and
that
stuff
was
like
him?
that. That was him. So what happened was, make a long story short, without going into too many details,
Oh, that's funny.
he finally when the line slowed down, we always had a long line. So
Okay.
when it finally slowed down a bit, we approached him and told him and the other guy they gotta leave.
Oh,
So and he threw up his hand, okay, no problem, but can I use the bathroom? So
okay.
we got it to John, so he said, go ahead, man, keep having hassle, go ahead and use the bathroom. The other little guy left.
Okay.
So John, the line started getting big again. We started working again, and after the line slowed down again, he said,
We get in the fight.
I
We get in the fight.
said, hour ago. Not yet. I said, hour ago. I said, what happened to that guy we let in? They looked on the dance floor.
There it was
He was on
dancing.
the dance floor dancing. So John and I approached him, and he felt like he was scared of him. I'll leave back. He go right back to the hallway again, doing the same stuff all over again, like that. So three guys came and wanted to crash the door and come in without paying.
Okay.
We get us coming with these 3 guys. Here come T to help us with these 3 guys, and
Okay.
then after that we kind of bind and let him into the club.
Okay.
And he started coming out every night.
Oh, wow.
And come to find out he worked down the street at Norfolk Hospital.
Norfolk.
Okay. Okay.
And we thought he lived in the area, but that's where he lived he worked down the street.
Okay.
So at that time, I wasn't going to have one person work me. That was John. That was being paid, John and I. But what I could do was sign for food, because Dingbats was a fine dining restaurant up until 9 o'clock at
Yes.
night.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
I had permission to sign for drinks, and I could sign for food. So T would eat 2 or 3 steaks a night.
Whoa.
And drink 5 chalices of wine.
He more than made his salary.
So
Yeah, he made it
Ryan called me in the office, and because all the checks is in my name, Ryan said, "What the hell is this? I remember you eat almost $1,000 more food a month, like that." So I said, "It's not me," because I didn't eat that. I said, "It's not me, it's T." He said, "Look, fuck, excuse my French." He said, "Fuck." This is what Ryan said. Fuck, feeding that. Hire him. So I had to hire T.
Which makes sense.
Right, so I had
Good
to hire
business
T.
decision.
So I ended up hiring T on the door, and we started gelling with each other.
Okay.
That's how we ended up. How the camaraderie came. And one day I'm sitting at the counter, and I just started initialing TCB, which is the neighborhood,
Yeah.
who's taking care of business.
Take care of business.
So
Yeah.
it's TCB. And
Okay.
Oh,
if
there
you
you
notice, any picture we have is always
If you look at
TCD.
the,
Yeah,
look
I
at
see it in the
picture,
book, yeah.
and you see it on his
On
arm,
his
arm.
TCD.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
And there's a story behind it in the book as well on how he ended with the tattoo, which is
Yeah.
funny as well.
Okay, all
so
right.
that's
We
how
saving
we-
that for you. Have to get the book.
Right. So
You
I'm not
want to
going
get
to tell the whole book in the story.
Yeah,
so
you
I'm
have- you
gonna
have-
have you read it.
I have
That's
to
why
get
you're a
the
great
audiobook.
business person. See that?
Have you read and enjoy
Right.
it. Have you read and enjoy it. That's
Right.
See, there you go. There you go. So, okay. Now, I want to know, has your friendship, as you all have continued to grow, what is the main foundation that keeps your friendships?
LOVE.
Well, we know it's
That
love.
is love. And that's what kept us together. And then that's why, even naming the book, we had several different names in the book, and then we end up saying it's a love story.
Okay.
So, and
You know what? Yeah.
Like the life we
Yeah.
built,
Nice.
it's a love story.
And we had kids, and all our kids worked together, so we
Nice.
just one big family.
Yeah.
Everybody
Oh,
working
my
together,
goodness.
and the kids are entrepreneurs, and
Okay.
so we constantly working. You know, my daughter, she ain't on me, she on him. So
That's all. Okay, that's awesome. And one of the things, and it's on the back of the book, and this struck me when I read the back of the book, and you touched on it. Black men should love themselves, their women, the world, and other black men. And you talked about the stereotype. You know, what is the stereotype? Because you mentioned this, and this is a powerful sentence that you all put in. So what are the stereotypes that you heard about all of this that made you really cement this sentence and put it on the back of the book?
You take
Well,
this
well,
one.
you know,
This is-
and what you're asking me is the fact that the way the world is today,
Mhm.
and the way things are, and brothers afraid to love brothers. We had a much better relationship back in the day, in the time period we're talking about, the 70s and 80s,
Yes.
than we have today. Where this killing that's going on in our community right now, you didn't have that back then.
No.
You know, but now you have, and because of the brotherhood and the love that we have for each other, like with the Black Panthers, I mean, they were an organization showing love, bringing people together, opposed to being a gang.
People
Uh-huh.
don't realize that.
We don't have
And
that.
we
we don't-
love our kids. You know,
There
that
you
the
go.
stereotype we don't love. We hug we love our
Thank you.
women. We
Thank
do
you.
love our women.
Yes.
We do kiss our women. We do cry sometimes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I mean, they don't understand that. We do hug. I had Calvin and I both of us went through child support stuff to see your kids, and when you get in front of the judge, number 197, stand up.
Mm.
I'm not number 197. I came here my own friend. I'm taking her to court. She's not taking me to court. Y'all didn't bring me here in
Right.
chains.
Uh-huh.
And the judges treated us like that.
Mm.
That's
You
a
have
shame.
no say. You know, we love our kids. We love each other. We love our family. We love people.
Mhm.
I mean, we can sit back and say that without being gay.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
Well, whatever gender, whatever, all of that, the big thing I take from this is you all have a way of tearing down the stereotypes
Right.
with your mentorship, with what you all have founded and put together, and you're dismantling, because I look at stereotypes as a way of trying to make people less than.
Are you guys part of 100 Black Men? Because I know that's a
No, but I have
organization.
I have done function with them
Okay.
as well. Yes, I
I
have.
kind of figured that.
Okay.
Most of the organizations we are part of are our organization.
Yeah, there's
That's
a lot of
good.
organizations pull us in to pull people in.
Yeah.
Like
That makes- okay,
Right.
that makes
So-
sense.
so
We get a
that-
lot of calls from them, everybody to do stuff for them.
Right.
Okay.
I want to emphasize, we are our own leaders. When you start getting into
Good.
different organizations and you get into the hierarchy, you get into different, you know, the
That's
stuff.
exactly what you mean.
We do our own thing. We don't have to answer to nobody. We do it the way we do it. If you don't like it,
Yeah, that's your problem.
it's our money.
And one of
Thank you.
the comical parts of the book is there, which talks about my part, is like I was in grade school, and the band teacher asked me what instrument I want to play.
Oh,
Okay.
So I had no clue about any instrument because I think 6th, 7th grade. I'm not sure. You know, so
Right.
I'm not focusing on an instrument. So only thing I can say, which one's up front?
Oh.
So they said,
Okay.
they said the trombone. So I became a trombone player.
See, I
you didn't.
played trombone. I like trombone.
So-
Yes.
So that's the up front. You know, so that's how I end up, because I've always had that kind of mentality. I want to be up front.
Uh-huh.
Even in high school, you know, I was in ROTC. That's how I ended up with ROTC scholarship.
Uh-huh.
I was a major in ROTC.
Okay,
For my
cool.
senior year in school, and that's why I ended up getting a scholarship at Loyola for ROTC.
Okay.
Norman's our keyboard player in our group here, because Norman plays the keyboard very proficiently. We play every Sunday at a church, and Carla is our vocalist. She also plays a number of different instruments, but she mainly, you know, controls the vocals.
Okay.
You know, and that's how we originally met.
Yes.
At church. You know, I'm still playing guitar. They asked me what I want to play, and I said, I don't know. They got a guitar in that band? They went, no. I said, I guess I don't want to be in the band.
See,
Hey, he remembers when I played at school. That was hilarious too.
see.
Oh, Freddie Eckstein. Remember
Yes.
Freddie
Yeah.
Eckstein?
Yeah.
He had residency in Vegas. Now he's in Atlanta, Georgia. He was in school with us too.
Wow.
He was something
I
else.
got something that's also,
Mhm.
you think to my Freddie.
Freddie, you know
Freddie Murtis's husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Freddie, you know Freddie
Yeah,
Murtis.
well-
Yeah, that's who you told me. He went to school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fred House.
House.
Really,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we always just, I'm saying, the whole world,
Thank you.
once you read our book, that's what a lot of the reviews, if you go to Amazon and read it, this cross all cultures. People that read this book, white, green, whatever, that happened to me. Something
Thank
like
you.
they relate. I
Yep.
can relate to that.
Yeah.
So the book is not really, it's about us and our journey, but it's about everyone's journey.
Okay.
Everyone has had these ups and downs.
Yeah.
It may not have been as tragic as some of the things we went through,
Thank you.
but they went through similar incidents.
Okay.
I'm still laughing at John being bounced.
Really?
I was a different person.
See, I can, I
was
can,
a-
see,
you are
I
a
can
different
even,
person.
I
I
was a
can see
different
that.
person.
Yeah.
I was a whole different person in school. You gotta understand, going to Hell's Franciscan was a culture shock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was still sleeping in the bed with my brother.
Yeah.
You know, he peed in the bed.
Okay,
Some of the
now,
school
all right.
Wait till you see your brother.
All
I mean, we come from nothing, you know what I mean?
all righty.
I'm sorry, but
That's
that's
okay. Too late.
So, and see, I can believe it because I could be wrong, but you were Batman and you were Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
There
can
you go.
see,
It
so
was
yeah.
Michael Jordan. I was
It's
Scottie
Scottie Pippen.
Pippen.
There you
Remember
go.
Scottie Pippen came out. He didn't know anything come up from the
So
country.
see that,
Well,
see
right.
that's what.
Let's not leave T out the equation on this
Yeah,
conversation
right.
because we didn't know how bad he had it. He
Right.
had it worse than us. Now we had believed that he was living downtown, but he was still living in Robert Taylor home.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Because every time we offered to give him a ride home,
He
he
wouldn't let us.
wouldn't let us
Oh.
like that.
Okay.
So he's like, I'm good. Like,
Mhm.
so he was still embarrassed about living in Robert Taylor
Okay.
home. And once we found out that he was living in Robert Taylor home, that's our brother. I mean, you know how Daniel Robert Taylor home was,
Mhm.
regardless of how he was.
Right.
And his family still stayed there. His mother
Okay.
still stayed there.
Mm.
So we decided to get him out of there and get him an apartment across the street
Good.
with a closed court. Okay.
Wow, okay.
But even when we opened TCB Barbecue liquor store that we opened up together, the three of us.
On 35th Street.
we
right?
was
Oh,
jumping
yeah.
around. He
That was us.
That was you guys.
Okay.
And John was talking about how bad he had it. Like, he said, I had it worse than you. And we was like, I can carry worse than John had. You know, I have to admit, I had a little difference than they had. And he said, man, we had no food. We used to dog food. I said, shut up. We ain't no dog food. So there was a
Wow.
dog food back in the day called Strongheart. Which was
Strong
like
Heart.
15 cents a can. It
Okay.
It looked like
Like
spam.
Spam.
It looked like
Bingo, I
but-
remember
but-
that.
But it stank like hell. Okay.
No.
T said they used to eat that. So John bet a T that he did not eat so damn dog food. We went down to Port Woods, which is a grocery store down the street, got a can, which was only 15 cents. That's how cheap the shit was.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And T ate that damn can of dog food. I was like, oh, he did.
Wow.
But that was,
Wow.
that was how he came up as well. So, he came up with a situation. So that's why I didn't want to leave him out the equation when it came
Yeah.
up to coming up.
So we
that
all,
he had
our
nothing.
our backgrounds kind of
Yeah.
melded together.
Together,
So
yeah.
we didn't have,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why when
Yeah.
we started doing things, we all really other than Calvin, I mean, Calvin been a little bit more exposed,
Right.
but it kind of blended with it. It wasn't that, you know, so when we did start getting big cars, it wasn't no big thing.
Yeah, it wasn't no big, you used to it.
thing.
You know, and our biggest fight between the three of us was our women.
Yeah.
Ah, no
Because-
comment, I understand.
Why do I not? Why do I already know
Hey,
this?
hey, I wanna hear this
And
part.
you missed the wrong part of it. Our women
gotta
get
hear
mad
it.
at us because we wouldn't separate ourselves from them. So we went somewhere to dinner, the three of us, we bring our women, and you know, our women get mad because why we can't go somewhere without these three niggas? You know, so that was the problem we
There we
had
go.
for our women, because and if you don't want to go, you stay here. As simple as that. You know, that's how bonded we were as brothers,
That's
like
good.
that. But
Okay.
you know, we had that was our real problem with women as far as they're concerned.
Now, see, the only thing I can say about when you were talking about how he took you to different places, I have to give that to my wife, because being in the hood, I was in the hood.
Okay.
Playing the music, I got out of the hood, but I was still chitlin circuit,
Yeah.
man. There ain't no such line. It was called a chitlin
Yeah,
circuit.
that's what it is.
So, you know, I'm still not exposed to what you guys were exposed to. But when I met my wife and got married, it changed. My mother said, "You paid what for what?" I said, "Yeah, Mama, it was nice." She said, "That much money?" My mother said it was a good place, so we went. Remember the steak place downtown? The French place. I forgot the name of it, but it was beautiful steak. First time I
Okay.
ever had escargot and everything. It was, I mean,
See.
I had to give my wife.
You know,
credit
it's
for
just
all
funny.
that.
It's the three of us, and people because of what we were and what we did for
Right.
so long.
Mhm.
We a lot of doors open for us as
Thank
far
you.
as people knowing who we were and what we did and that kind of thing during that period of time. So you know, I mean, even with the restaurant on Oak and the Rush, which you call Oak
Okay.
Tree at the time.
Oak
Our
Tree.
Our
Yeah,
pictures-
okay.
Our pictures was on
all of it.
Oh, really? Okay.
It could be a line around the block, and I forget what was the name? I forgot the name.
Frankie.
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 Frank would pull us in. Hey, y'all come on
Come
in.
on, pull us
y'all
right
come,
out
y'all
there.
come on in.
What?
Like that kind of thing. So
Nice.
we had, and even the at that time, Ernie Morton and the people on Rush Street knew us because of things that we had done. They came
Okay.
to the club, and they recognized us, and so it opened a lot of doors for us as well as that is concerned as well. So, yeah.
Okay.
You ever go to Gordon's?
Yeah, we go to Gordon's.
Mhm.
Gordon's.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to,
Yeah.
we didn't go.
That's
And-
all I was just laughing.
there was a
Y'all
place-
all up and down.
And there was a place out here we used to
Nice.
love every Sunday. We used to go to
Yeah,
Maxwell
what was
Swing.
it? Maxwell Swing.
Down,
Okay.
right here in River Oaks, we used to go
Yes.
every Sunday.
Yeah.
Every Sunday we go to Maxwell Swing.
Yeah.
Our steak and lobster every Sunday.
But we used to go there one time. We went there and they had, they had the big salad bar.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's all you can eat.
Yes.
T
Take the
walks
whole-
in
they take the whole
and took
fucking
the
salad
whole
bar,
salad
bowl.
No, he did.
to the table.
No, he didn't.
The
Well,
bowl
he
is
said all you can eat.
The bowl.
I mean, you
Right, the
know.
bowl that you supposed to get a little bit
Right.
of. He
They
takes the
send the
whole bowl.
manager over and say, you can eat all, but you can't take the whole bowl. He always was doing stunts like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh.
He enjoyed himself. He enjoyed himself. That's a beautiful thing. That's nice to know too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going. I literally
I'm
could be
enjoying
here.
it.
Yeah, I could be here the rest of the night. But
You would be. We got 40 years of story. So we,
Right. Thank you.
we get our bed ready because we'll be all night
Get
long.
ready.
so we definitely have to have you both back, and we'll just do, Hollins and Bitoy story time.
We're gonna pull out the pillows and the blankets.
We'll make it like a slumber party,
Yeah.
and we'll have like the little campfire and everything, and then we'll hear the stories.
We're so happy to be here. We're happy
Yeah,
to
Thank you.
share our story.
everywhere we go, they keep us. We always run over.
Hey, that's okay. We have enjoyed this immensely. And I would ask you both to leave us with words of wisdom. So I'm going to ask you both to leave us with a little bit of your wisdom. And we're going to start first with you, Mr. Bitoy.
The best wisdom I can tell you right now is health.
Mm.
True.
Take care of yourself. If you have health, you'll find love and you'll find success.
Okay.
But health is the most important thing, especially at this stage of our life.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
We need your help.
Okay.
And number one word I could probably utilize right now is love. I mean, it's so less of that right now between men, women, and children.
True.
So that's my summation is love right now. I think we have more of that than we have less of everything we have right now. It was just love, just love.
I truly,
Like that, I mean,
yeah.
love and respect, those two things, those,
Yeah.
those two foundations, I think carries a lot of weight because
Okay.
You know, I mean, even when I'm on the expressway, when I get upset about a person cutting in on me
Right.
and stuff of that nature, I went to driving school one time for a ticket, and the trooper who was teaching the class, he talking about people cutting in front of you. He said, about another 1,000 cars in front of you right now. You man them too, you know.
Right.
And that
That
makes
makes
you
sense.
think
That
that
brings-
hey, you know, this person. And how long does it take for a person? And then you sit back and just show love, and then that's it. Show some love.
Okay.
And
Norman, did you have a question you wanted to ask?
Oh yeah, because we totally just hogged the
Yeah.
conversation.
And Norman just
I'm
sitting
just
back
sitting here
enjoying
enjoying all of this, letting all this information and wisdom flow forth. Of course, sometimes I may steal it and say that it was my idea, but you know.
we like that. We like that, you know. Yeah.
Right.
So if you can show that what John brought as far as where you can obtain the book from,
Yes.
that would help us out a lot.
Cool.
We like to we're bestsellers right now, which we're proud of, but
Yes.
we need more sales, and we don't make. I mean,
Also,
for what the price we
we
give the
got
book.
the most important part. We want to put this book to the screen.
Okay.
We have a pilot.
All
And we
right.
have 3
Okay.
episodes.
Nice.
We're talking to different people, but if you know anybody that might want to
Participate.
come aboard, because
Mhm.
and they can start at the ground level with us.
Okay.
We can take this and make this bigger than it can be ours. Instead of giving it to Tyler Perry or someone, we can take this because it is here. So we do need collaboration. If you know anybody, I mean, however they can contribute, they can come
Okay.
in and work with us.
Okay, and
Good.
we're going to include all the information in the description down
Right
below,
down.
and I think it'll be on the screen. I think,
Yeah.
and we thank you both. This has been a pleasure,
Oh, it's been
and we thank you both for joining us. And remember, the book is "The Life That We Built: A Love Story." Mr. T, Calvin Hollins, and John Bitoy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's all from us from the C Group Podcast. And as always, plant a seed and watch it grow. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.